The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Hamer, your Program Advisor for James Madison University's Paralegal Certificate Program. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been working in higher ed for about 7 years as both an instructor and in admissions and program advisement for both professional and graduate degree education. And I recognize some names. I know I've spoken with some of you over the past couple of weeks, and we really appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to join us for this information session. Our paralegal program is offered through JMU's Outreach and Engagement Department located in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley, and we are committed to serving the citizens of the Virginia area with quality education that you would expect from James Madison University. JMU's Paralegal Certificate Program is a 6-month non-credit program which consists of online instruction delivered by expert attorneys. Our instructors are licensed, experienced attorneys who bring their real-world expertise to the classroom, ensuring that your learning experience is both informative and engaging. We will cover 6 topics in our program, including Introduction to Law, Torts and Personal Injury, Legal Research and Writing, Civil Litigation, Contract Law, and Family Law. Each of these classes focuses on the applicable skills that you will need to become a successful paralegal. Our online platform allows you to view lectures, simulations, and assessments that gauge your successful progress throughout the certificate program and has been developed specifically for you, the busy adult professional. Okay, that being said, let's get started with our program. I'd like to introduce you to our presenter this evening, our director, Jennifer John.
Well, fantastic. Thanks, Michelle, for that excellent overview and introduction. We're very, very pleased to have all of you on the webinar with us this evening. And before I get started, I do want to make sure that my audio is coming through clear. You'll notice that there's a small hand icon right next to your name. And if you don't mind, go ahead and just click on that icon, which would raise your hand, indicating to us that you can hear us, that the audio is coming through. I see 1, 2, 10, 12. Excellent. There are hands going up all over the place. That is fantastic. Also, I wanted to point out there's a question area where you can type in any questions that you might have as I'm going through my presentation. So as a test of that, would you mind letting us know how you heard about the program, how you found out about James Madison University's paralegal program, and just type your answer right into the question box. Okay, I'll let everyone go ahead and do that while I give you a brief overview of what to expect during the next 45 minutes. First of all, I'm going to be sharing with you what we consider to be our top 2 benefits of the program, and then I'm going to be answering these 2 questions. First of all, why should you become a paralegal? And of course, is the James Madison program the best fit for you? I have information about our format of the program when it's offered, a slide about our excellent instructors that teach in the program, and then I'll be turning the webinar back over to Michelle, who is going to talk to you all about some payment options that we have available, and then how to enroll in the program. We're also going to probably save, I would say, the last 5 minutes of the webinar for any additional questions that you might have. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, the program itself is very effective. Here at James Madison University, our paralegal certificate program utilizes a blended learning approach for combining the best of online classroom and online training to help you learn more effectively. Also, the program is flexible. The online format allows you to participate from the convenience of your home or your office. The required instructor sessions are scheduled during evening or weekend hours so that you can maintain your busy professional work schedule when you go through the program. And I love this particular screenshot. It is from the U.S. Department of Labor and Bureau Statistics about the amazing projected growth in the paralegal industry. They project that through the year 2016, the paralegal field is going to grow by over 22%. I think that you'd be hard-pressed to find a field, probably other than healthcare, with extremely healthy growth potential over the next decade. Also, did you know that the paralegal career track is ranked as a top 10 career, and that was according to the Wall Street Journal. Also, did you know that paralegals ranked as one of the best jobs in America, which was according to Money Magazine. Today, employers are trying to reduce costs and increase the availability and efficiency of legal services by hiring paralegals to perform tasks that were once done by lawyers. Paralegals are performing a much wider variety of duties, making them invaluable to the bottom line for businesses. So which type of program is the best for you? I know there are a lot of different options out there. I'm sure a lot of you have done your research, and there are quite a few programs out there. And I think that's really one of the strengths of the paralegal education. But the type of program that's chosen by each student is going to depend on several factors, and that includes your prior educational experience. Students who already possess a college degree, they're not likely to attend a 2- or 4-year paralegal program. And then, of course, prior life experience. Many paralegal certificate students have valuable real-world experience, but lack the credentials to be competitive for job opportunities. So going through a certificate program does make a lot of sense for those that either already have a 4-year undergraduate degree or a 2-year degree, or those that have a lot of life experience under their belt, but need that certification and credential to become competitive in today's job market. The other factor that I'd like to mention is motivation. Students who take certificate programs must be motivated, since they're expected to gain knowledge and skills in a relatively short period of time. And the last factor that I'd like to mention is compensation. Graduates of certificate programs are better compensated than graduates of associate or bachelor degree programs. Now, this comes directly from the International Paralegal Managers Association, or IPMA, if you'd like to Google that association. It consists of paralegal directors and managers from the law firms and law departments across the country. Each year they have an annual survey, and they ask a lot of different types of questions such as job satisfaction, salary levels, and consistently that survey comes back each year that paralegals who are working that have obtained a certificate are higher compensated. Now, a lot of times we get questions from prospective students on salary ranges, and in general, I would say in the Virginia or Washington, D.C. market, an entry-level salary for a paralegal is going to be in about the $33,000 to $38,000 range. Of course, if you have other transferable skills from previous work, you may be able to get a higher salary, but we do like to set realistic expectations as far as what to expect from salaries at a job once you do graduate from the program. So again, somewhere up between $32,000 to $33,000 up to $38,000 for an entry-level position. I like this particular screenshot as well. It's a quote from Carl Rogers. "The only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to learn and change." Our program keeps up with all of the changes that are in the legal field. I can share just my own personal background. I have about a 25-year history in the paralegal industry. I graduated way back in the mid-1980s from a paralegal certificate program out of Atlanta, Georgia, and actually never ended up working as a paralegal. I was given a job at the paralegal training school, and at that time I was working as the registrar and also the law librarian. Everything back in the 80s, of course, was paper-based. All of your court motions and filings were paper-based, and all of the research was done from legal books, not online like it is today. Over the last 20, 25 years, I've seen a lot of changes from a technology standpoint, not only for law firms, but also in what we incorporate into our program. So it's very important for all of our students to understand that they are learning the latest techniques and technology in the program. As Michelle's already mentioned, we have 6 modules that are incorporated in the program: Introduction to Law, Tort and Personal Injury Law, Legal Research and Writing, Civil Litigation, Contract Law, and Family Law, that totals over 115 contact hours with your instructors. Now, in each of the modules, you're going to have a variety of practical writing assignments, including briefing cases, writing a legal memorandum, a complaint and answer, as well as weekly legal research assignments in that particular module. Our whole goal is to provide you with the foundational theoretical knowledge and skill-based training so that you can understand how to begin to think like a lawyer. I'm certain you'd find our program to be a thorough and challenging curriculum, but of course, like anything in life, you need to work hard, strive to do your best each week, and attend classes to succeed. Our staff and instructors are available to help you through every step of this exciting educational journey. So it's probably, you may think it's self-explanatory why people would attend our paralegal program, but interestingly, we have a lot of diverse backgrounds of individuals and the reasons why they want to go through our paralegal program. Of course, the top one would be to become a paralegal. We have a lot of individuals who may be currently working in a law firm or in a legal department, and they would like the additional certification on their resume to be able to be promoted into a paralegal position. There are also quite a few career changers, individuals who are completely new to the paralegal field and are looking at getting into a very, very, very strong field. In addition to individuals that are wanting to become a paralegal, which I'd say is about 30% of our student body, another 30 to 35% are preparing for law school. Their ultimate goal is to become an attorney, but as we all know, and quite frankly understand, law school is very expensive and the time commitment is huge. Going through a paralegal program and practicing as a paralegal really gives those individuals a better understanding if they're passionate about the law and if they would like to take it to their ultimate goal of going on to law school. So it's an excellent preparation and foundation to determine if you do have that passion for law. And then we have another, I'd say about 30% of our students who don't intend on being paralegals. They simply want to enhance their current career with legal knowledge. Some examples that you can see are accountants, business owners, social service providers, contract and government staff. I can think of one example. We had a graduate from a program who had his own real estate company. He went through the whole paralegal certification program to get a much deeper understanding of legal terminology, valid contracts, so that he would be better prepared to serve his own clients in his business. So as you can see, there's quite a variety of reasons why people attend our program. And then the James Madison name and education. And I'd love to share with you why we think our education is different from anything else out there that you could possibly find. Of course, the name and reputation of JMU is well known throughout the state of Virginia, as well as the country. We've been recognized as one of the top universities around the country. And according to the Kiplinger's February 2012 report, JMU was ranked number 28 of best values in schools that deliver a stellar education at an affordable price. Our program is uniquely offered in a 100% online format, with self-paced online content that's coupled with live instructor-led training. I think that is what really sets us apart. We felt that it was critical to include the live training with your instructors so that students can meet online for the important interaction with both your classmates as well as the instructor. Now, as far as the online format itself, we do use a very similar system, this GoToMeeting site that you're in tonight. The main difference is that our students have audio capability, so they're actually able to speak with their instructor as well as the other classmates, and there's also chat capability. Our instructors can not only share a PowerPoint presentation with students as I'm doing, but they can share anything that they have on their desktop. If they want to go to a particular website, as an example, a Westlaw, which is an online legal research database, they can pull up the Westlaw system and walk students through a certain problem that they may be working on in legal research. So it's a very intuitive system and an excellent resource for both our instructors as well as our students. And, of course, our instructors are practicing attorneys. There are a lot of other programs out there that may not have instructors that are working full-time. Rather, they would have instructors that are teaching. And while I'm sure they're excellent instructors, we felt that it was very important for our instructors to be out there practicing law on a daily basis. And this way, they can bring in the work that they have been doing over the last weeks or months and really share and impart with their students practices in a family law case, as an example, or a civil litigation trial that they're currently working in. So all of our instructors are practicing attorneys, and of course they were hired for their background, but also their teaching ability. I do have a couple of slides later on about our instructors, but I do want to share that the only instructors in our program that aren't practicing attorneys would be for the career preparation class. And we felt that it was important to have an individual that was actually a paralegal director, somebody that knows what it takes to be a successful interviewer and also knows how to be successful as far as what to put on your resume. So we have hired a fantastic director, a paralegal director from a very large law firm in the country. And again, I've got slides on that in just a few minutes. I just want to give you a quick overview of our instructor training. As I mentioned, our students meet in this web conferencing system. Our class sessions are scheduled either 2 evenings a week from 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock, or on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. That way you can hold down your busy professional work and not be concerned about being able to handle your job and activities during the day, as well as your paralegal studies. I would say the majority of our students are holding down a full-time job, and you can view the paralegal training as pretty much a part-time job. As we mentioned, it's a 6-month program, and it does take a lot of concentration and ability to do outside reading to be successful in the program. And I will share some information as far as the amount of time that it takes in each one of the classes, just to ensure that everybody has a clear idea about that. In the example of the Saturday class, the students are meeting from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4, or the evening sessions. That's a total of only 6 hours a week. But along those lines, you need to estimate at least an hour to 2 hours outside of class for every hour in class or in your online modules. So at least 12 hours, in the neighborhood of 12 hours a week to be successful in the program. And our program details, again, it's a 6-month program. Those Online class sessions are 2 hours long. They're Monday and Wednesday evening from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. or Saturdays from 9 to 11 and then 1 to 3 p.m. My apologies if I said 1 to 4 p.m. earlier, but it is 9 to 11 with a nice 2-hour break and then 1 to 3 p.m. The online module completion, which includes video and audio, and along with the outside reading and class assignments, is what you would have in addition to your class sessions. And we would say at least 4 hours outside of class for each hour in class. So that would be a total of 16 hours outside of class. And again, my apologies as far as a little bit of confusion there. These are just estimates where we say 4 hours outside of class for each hour in class, but it gives you a good general idea of how much time it's going to take on a weekly basis to be successful. Now, I did want to give a nice overview of each of the 6 courses that we have in the program. First of all, we have our Introduction to Law class, and this course provides an overview of the environment in which a paralegal works by introducing legal writing and citations, the operation of the court system, the role of the government in legal system, and the basics of attorney paralegal ethics. There's a very large emphasis on paralegal and attorney ethics because there are paralegals can meet with clients, but they're never able to give legal advice. So a good portion of this class is talking about the ethical implications if a paralegal does try to go out on their own and practice law. So along with the court system and introduction to writing and citations, a very good overview of attorney and paralegal ethics. Our next class would be the Tort and Personal Injury class, and that provides a thorough overview of the causes of actions and remedies available to a person who is injured as a result of a certain type of civil wrong that is known as a tort. During this course, students are going to identify and apply the different standards of care and negligence actions, and then analyze and apply the different types of damages available in tort law. A good way to think of it is it's about personal injury cases, whereas civil litigation are class or claims that are going to be held in a civil litigation court. Now, as far as legal research and writing, I would say this is probably one of the more challenging topics that we have in the program because there are quite a few different types of research tools that are going to be used. Incorporated into the legal research class, though, is access to Westlaw, which is one of the 2 online legal research databases. So our students are going to be conducting legal research through Westlaw, and also identifying and distinguishing the differences between what we call primary and secondary authority, as well as authoring a legal memorandum. In the civil litigation course, one thing that I do want to mention is regardless of if you live in Virginia or Washington, D.C., or perhaps in a different area, the Virginia legal system is similar to many other states, and this knowledge is applicable outside of the state. The only difference, though, would be with state-specific law. So as an example, if you reside in Virginia, complete the program, and then end up moving to, say, Pennsylvania, as an example, the only additional learning that you would need would be for that Pennsylvania state-specific law. Very similar if you think about an individual that goes to law school in the state of Virginia and then relocates to Pennsylvania or New York, they would also have to learn those state-specific laws. So civil litigation, it's going to touch on both federal law but also the Virginia legal system. Next, we have our contract law course, and here we provide an introduction to a very, very broad area of contract law, the basics of contract law, and the elements necessary to create a valid, but more importantly, an enforceable contract. So during the course, students will learn the basic requirements of the enforceable contract, also contract performance, and then any remedies available if somebody breaches a contract. Our last class is family law, and it's an overview of the the principles of family law. I'm sure this is the one that most of you are familiar with. During the course, students are going to be introduced to terms and procedures associated with general domestic practice, including divorce, support, child custody, and property division. So that's a summary of the 6 courses that we have in our program. In addition to those 6 courses, we do incorporate career development right into our curriculum. We don't have a career placement office like you might have experienced in your undergraduate days, but we do give you all of the tools and resources that are necessary to be able to not only improve your resume, but also be able to put your best foot forward during the interview process. So the 2 seminars are Paralegal Career Options Seminar, and this is a good highlight of all the different areas of law that you can practice in as a paralegal, as well as the differences in what we call a very large law firm with 100+ attorneys, a mid-sized law firm, which is about 99 attorneys down to approximately 50, and then a smaller law firm, because there are cultural differences in the size of the firm that you're going to be working for, and also differences in the amount of responsibilities that you would have based on the size of the firm. You can think of a smaller firm with, say, 1 or 2 attorneys. A paralegal working for a 1 or 2 attorney firm is going to be very much much broader in the sense that they're going to be doing a lot more in every area: family law, civil litigation, legal research and writing, whereas a paralegal working for one of the larger law firms is going to be much more specialized. And then our resume writing and interview technique seminar gives you the ability to hear from the instructor about what he looks for in a good quality resume, the things that you can add to your resume to make them really stand out in the legal market, how to get prepared for an interview, and then also, what do you need to do to begin searching for those jobs? What are those resources, online resources, as well as associations that you can join to help begin with networking? In the Virginia area, there is a fantastic Virginia Paralegal Association that has approximately 13 to 15 different chapters around the state, and we do recommend that the students that go through our program join one of their local paralegal associations, because again, it's an excellent resource from a networking standpoint. What you see now is an overview of our upcoming program, which is going to run from May 4th through October 12th, or actually that should be October 19th. That is going to be on Saturdays from 9 to 11 and then 1 to 3. We always begin the program with a very thorough orientation. That is sent out approximately a week before the class starts so that all of our students can get comfortable with the online system, the e-textbooks that we use in the program, and the resources that are available to them online. So there's a beginning orientation the morning of May 4th with the first career preparation class, and then classes actually start the next week, May 11th, with tort law and personal injury, and then introduction to law. You'll notice that students are only taking 2 individual modules at any given time. This way they can focus on those 2 modules, so you're not completing all 6 modules over the 6 months. During any regularly scheduled holiday, of course, students would have off. So if you're thinking about registering for a program and concerned about holidays, of course, at any standard holiday, there aren't any classes, and there's an extensive, probably a 2-week holiday over the Christmas time period as well. So after the holiday break on July 6th, we go into our second series of classes, which is civil litigation and legal research and writing. And then there's a couple of breaks that you'll notice when our students are taking their online final exams after each of the sets. And then we close out the program September September 7th, again through October 19th, not the 12th, but October 19th with family law and contract law. The next example I have is our last program that is going to be closing out the year, and that is our Monday and Wednesday evening format. It meets from September 16th through March 12th, and the difference is that it's Monday and Wednesday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Again, we start with the orientation class on Monday evening, and then the first career preparation class is Wednesday evening. And you'll notice the same type of flow in the schedule. Introduction to Law and Tort Law and Personal Injury are the first classes. There is a week break on November 4th when students take the first series of online exams, and then they come back November 11th to begin their second series of classes, Civil Litigation and Legal Research and Writing. Of course, November 25th is our Thanksgiving holiday, and then we do have a long break December 23rd through the 30th when students come back January 6th to finish up the last 2 weeks of Civil Litigation and Legal Research and Writing. And then we have a break on January 27th when students are taking their online final examination, and then the program ends with the last set of modules in family law and contract law, with the last class session hitting on Wednesday, March 12th. Of course, there's another additional week when students are completing their final exams and the program is wrapping up. So those are the two options that we're offering this year. We have our Saturday format, which runs from May 4th through October 19th, and then we have our evening format, Monday and Wednesday evenings, that runs from September 16th through March 12th. I did want to give you a good overview of the instructors that are in our program. When we started launching the program beginning of last year, actually, what I did was I tapped into, of course, the Virginia Bar Association to find instructors that could teach in our program. I posted a job opening with the Virginia Bar Association, and I believe I got, oh gosh, it must have been over 125 resumes from individuals that were interested in teaching for us. What I was looking for, though, on their resumes were, number one, did they have the subject matter expertise? In other words, are they currently working in contract law or litigation and would be able to bring that to the paralegal program. Another area that was very important during the application process was, do they have experience working with paralegals? We felt that it was critical for our instructors to really understand what it takes to be a good paralegal and to have either working with them directly or have paralegals in the office so that they understand what it takes to be successful, but also to ensure that they value the excellent work that a paralegal does. So through that initial viewing of resumes, I actually set up phone interviews with approximately 40 different potential instructors, and based on the outcome during the interview, I scheduled what we call an actual test teach. This is when the instructor would present to myself and some of my colleagues a teaching demonstration because we wanted to gauge their classroom demeanor. Were they engaging with the students that were participating? Were they able to answer those difficult questions, and would they be a good fit for the program? So based on that thorough process, we have hired what I consider to be some of the top paralegal instructors in the state of Virginia. And then, of course, all of our students will have an opportunity to evaluate the instructors to ensure that they are delivering a stellar class. We have a program going on right now that started last November, and we've received 2 sets of evaluations from those students, and all of the instructors have received high evaluations, I would say 9 or 10 out of a top 10. So very, very pleased with the instructors that we have in place. Here's a great quick shot of a couple of the instructors that we do have working for us. The first that I wanted to highlight is Craig Hardesty, and he is the paralegal director at King & Spalding, which is a large law firm. Craig has a background in, he's been in the paralegal industry, I would say, for about 20 years. He worked at a paralegal program for approximately 10 years, and then more recently with with King & Spalding. He oversees anywhere between 90 to 110 paralegals that do report to him, and he has a very keen eye on a resume, what he would like to see on a resume for the individual to get that interview. And Craig does a fantastic job in the program. Next highlight is Jeffrey Summers. Jeffrey teaches our tort and personal injury class as well as our civil litigation class, and he's been getting just excellent evaluations from our students. And then last is Judge Karen Hennenberg, who teaches our family law class. Judge Hennenberg has been written up several times in the Virginia National Law Review, as well as on the Virginia Best Attorney site. So you would be in very good hands with any of these instructors if you do decide to join one of our upcoming programs. All right, as far as entrance requirements, we require one of two things, either a 4-year undergraduate degree or a minimum of 4 years of professional office work experience. While that office work experience does not have to be in a law firm, obviously that would give you an advantage, but 4 years of professional office work experience. And if you don't have the undergraduate degree, Michelle Hamer would be happy to talk to you, take a look at your resume and review it with you to see if you would be a good fit for the program. We also require that you have internet access. You do need to have that high-speed internet access for the online classes, and we recommend a headset as well for the online classes. Usually we recommend a headset in probably the $25 to $30 range would be sufficient, but we do want to ensure that our students have access to a computer or a laptop, either from their home or from their office that they can use as they go through the program. All right, the program cost. The tuition is only $4,995, but that includes everything. There aren't any type of hidden fees or application fees. That would be all of your electronic textbooks and then all of the course materials. We do give you access to the online content and our testing center. We have the student subscription to Westlaw, which is incorporated into the program. For some of you that may already be working for a firm, you're probably aware there are two different major providers of legal research software, and that's Westlaw and LexisNexis. Both of the systems are fairly similar, but we have decided to go with Westlaw for our students simply because their customer service support is what we felt was superior to LexisNexis. They actually have a 24/7 800 phone number that our students can call, and trust me, we have tested it. You can actually call at 2 o'clock in the morning and get a live attorney on who can answer any questions that you might have. You can also set up your own independent training session with Westlaw at no charge, and they do what they call certifying a Westlaw certified paralegal, so you have that opportunity as well. So we do include that subscription. Our career preparation classes are right in the program, and then of course a beautiful graduation certificate once you complete the program. Now, as far as getting that certificate and what it would take, we do want you to attend all of those career preparation classes and the online classes. Now, we do know that, we're all adults and we have very busy schedules. Things are going to come up and you may need to miss a class. What we recommend in the event that you have to miss a class is, number one, begin to get very comfortable and familiar with the other students who are in the class, ask them to send you notes, and then of course reach out to the instructor and let them know that you're going to miss a class, and they can provide you with information as far as how to get caught up on it. But again, we do encourage you to try to attend every one of the online classes, and you have to complete each of the 6 courses with an overall grade of 70% in each of those classes, but a cumulative average at the end of the program of a 75% to be able to graduate. So here is another quick overview of the upcoming dates. We have our May 4th program, and it's actually through October 19th, our September 16th through March 12th program, and it includes everything in that tuition, as I've mentioned. There aren't any type of hidden fees. We have an excellent instructor, and they're able to bring their real-world knowledge and expertise right into the classroom. We have that student subscription to Westlaw. For those of you that are working in a law firm right now, you have a good idea of how very expensive those are, but we thought it was very important that our students have hands-on experience in Westlaw. And of course your e-textbooks are included. Now, as far as options for payment, how to enroll, and then what to expect after our webinar tonight, at this point I'm going to turn it back over to Michelle Hamer, our advisor, and she's going to give a good overview of this for you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, your payment options are payment in full, a loan through your financial institution, or a Sallie Mae student loan. Payment in full is required when you enroll for in the program, and you can do this by visiting our website, which will have the information on a couple of slides following this, where you will click on the Enroll Now button, and it will give you instructions on how to pay with a credit card, download a paper registration form that you can then complete and either mail, email, or fax back to our office with payment with a credit card or a check or money order. The other options are to secure a loan through a financial institution that you have a relationship with, or our Sallie Mae student loan option, which the information about the Sallie Mae loan is also on our website. The reason we recommend these 2 options for loans is because continuing and professional education are non-credit programs, and they do not qualify for the traditional financial aid that you would normally apply to for, say, an undergraduate degree or a graduate degree program, which includes the FAFSA and the different loans and grant opportunities through traditional financial aid. All of this can be found on our website, and I think our next slide, yes. There is the information about our website. It's jmuparalegal.org, and once you get into the site, you'll see where you click to move through and create your own account, register for your class, and then make the determination on how you choose to pay for your program. Following this webinar, you'll see a screen that'll also have my information for contacting me. I am going to send out a copy of this presentation. We're recording it right now, and if the recording comes through clear, you will receive a YouTube link so that you can review the presentation again, and also you will receive links to the website that will point you in the direction of enrollment, the Sallie Mae link, and our frequently asked questions area, which is we find extremely helpful, especially after following up with the information session. Questions will come to mind afterwards, and you can check through that first, and then if you want to reach out to me, I'd be happy to help you with the enrollment process and answer any additional questions you may have. And I'm thinking that that's probably about it from my side. We really do appreciate that you attended this evening, and we're very excited about our new paralegal program and speaking with you to get you enrolled, and hope that we gave you all of the information that you needed to do so. So I'll turn it back over to Jennifer to close out, and thanks again, everybody, and have a great evening.
Well, thank you, Michelle. And as Michelle mentioned, she'll be reaching back out to everybody with the recorded video. Our whole goal tonight was to give you the information that you needed to make an informed decision about our program. We certainly hope that you do register for one of the upcoming programs. We do have just these 2 opportunities left this year, but I'm certain that you would be in very, very good hands with the online program at James Madison University. We'd like to thank you for your time this evening. We appreciate it, and we certainly hope to see each of you in class sometime in the very near future.